Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Sports Talk with James and Jamie. Once again, on here for a late edition. I apologize about being on so late, but we had a basketball game over at June Buchanan we had to go cover tonight. A good one. Jackson City and June Buchanan came down to the final couple possessions, and the Lady Crusaders took the W there. But with that said, we've still got a lot to talk about, and I feel like it'll be a fun little show for us for those of you night owls that are still yet up and getting ready, perhaps, I guess, for tomorrow's work day, school day, or whatever. I got Dalton Combs standing by. He'll be here with us to talk about that Hazard Bulldog victory last night over the cross-town rivals, the Prairie Central Commodores. I'm going to be joined, of course, in a little bit by James Sandlin. Then I think we got Peyton Dixon lined up from Letcher Central. Then we have, I think, Adam Dials and Coach Rilo from down at Hyman. Is the Car Creek and Hyman matchup going to happen Friday night? And then we'll end the night trying to catch up, I think, with Chris Fitch as the Hometown Sports Corner Winter Classic will be held. And Chris is kind of taking care of all that for us. And we'll talk a whole lot more about that and everything else. But start off with a commercial break, and we'll be back with Dalton Combs after this.
Knott County Judge Executive Jeff Dobson and the Knott County Fiscal Court is happy to once again be sponsoring another event featuring our Knott County youth. Judge Executive Dobson and the members of the Knott Fiscal Court encourage you to support all our Knott County youth in all of their academic and athletic endeavors. That positive reinforcement means the world to these student athletes. This reminder from Knott County Judge Executive Jeff Dobson and the Knott County Fiscal Court.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Addiction is a disorder. We treat and we manage addiction like any other disorder. The issue touched me when I start seeing more and more young families fighting addiction, start having babies born with an addiction issue. When we have a great outcome, when we see that person coming back on their feet, working and producing and providing for their families. That's the best outcome. It makes you feel that you're doing something right.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
And welcome back to Hometown Sports Corner Sports Talk with James and Jamie. And as I promised you guys, we're going to have a young man that had himself a big basketball game join us here. Congratulations, first of all, Dalton, to you and the Bulldogs. Anytime you get a W is good, but getting one against Prairie Central, a little bit better, I guess.
Yeah, it was a good win for us. It was a hard fought battle. It's always fun to play in them games like that when the atmosphere is like that. It's crazy. It's fun.
Well, you led me into my first question. Talk about what it was like. From watching it, man, it looked like a packed house over there last night.
Oh yeah, it was very fun. Playing the place was electric. I always love playing in gyms like that when it's packed out.
And talk to me a little bit about how things unfolded for you guys. Jumped out to a pretty good lead and continued to add to that throughout the basketball game, I felt like.
Yeah, we came out early and got the ball inside our bigs, and we was doing a real good job scoring out of that, and we was playing pretty good defense. It led us into a good lead to start the game.
And James Sandlin, my buddy, joined me there. James, if I can get you to slide over just a little bit there, and bring
You
you
just
in
have to tell
here.
me which way.
You're perfect right there. You couldn't have done any better, man. Of course, we're on here with Mr. Dalton Combs with the Hazard Bulldogs. James, he had himself a basketball game last night, 13 points. Hit a big, actually hit a big 3-pointer there. And again, James, like he and I said, anytime the Dogs can win against the Doors, that's a pretty good win.
Yeah, anytime you can start those district matchups with a win, man, is always huge, you know. And the good thing is anytime that it's like when Not Electric plays tomorrow night in the Morton Combs, Hazard and Prairie meets up. They could probably play on the blue courts on the other side of Hazard. The streets will be packed. Man, that atmosphere over there is something to get used to, you know, coming in March. It's playing in front of crowds like that. It's going to start to get you ready for postseason.
Dalton, tell us a little bit about as far as Prairie Central and what you guys felt like you had to do going into the game. What was the game plan there?
Oh, well, we knew it was going to be a real physical game. And we knew they're a great team. We knew it was going to be a hard-fought battle, and knew we had to execute our offense. Coach Holland always tells us to execute our offense, and we did a good job at that. We played pretty good defense in the first half. It got us out to a great lead, and we kept that lead throughout most of the game.
And of course, it don't get any easier though now. You guys gear up for that All-A tournament coming up here, and I know that's always a special tournament to everybody, but it seems like for the Bulldogs, the All-A is just a little even more, I should say, for you guys.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking forward to the All-A. I didn't get to play in it last year because I just got eligible, and I can't wait for the All-A. It's going to be fun.
And then talk to us about the fact, right now you guys #1 in our top 10. Only lost one game, and from what I understand, some colleges might have had trouble playing against that Caldwell Academy team. But just talk to me about the schedule overall and what this season's been like so far.
Oh, it's been pretty fun. We've had some tough games here and there, and we played against that team. It was a prep school from North Carolina, I believe. That was a really good team, and I thought that was real good for us to play against a team like that, and it helped us a lot.
And James, you got a couple more questions for him before we, I guess, go a little bit further into some things here?
Yeah, you've got to take the wins that you did last night in stride. But what's the biggest thing that you all learned last night in a victory against Prairie that you know that you need to start doing every single time you come out and play?
Oh, well, I think the biggest thing we learned is to always come out ready in games like that and not play scared. And just come out ready to play and, just play real good defense in games like that. Defense wins games like that.
Well, you play for the GOAT, a legendary coach in Al Holland. He's no stranger to anybody to the 14th region. He's probably the #1 senior coach in the 14th region. And what does he tell you that your role is amongst this team, for this team to be successful come March to win the 14th region, or here in just a few weeks to win the All-A? What's your role on the team that you've got, that you personally have got to do to succeed, for the Hazard Bulldogs to succeed?
My role is to play great defense. I try my best to play great defense and knock down open shots when they're there, and just try to be aggressive to score and make plays happen.
Man, is anybody out there you want to give some shout outs to before we let you go? I know it's a school night and school just started back, so you had a late night last night.
Oh yeah. I'd like to just shout out my mom and dad and my little brother. But
all right, one last question. Go ahead, Jamie.
No, before we let him go, I said we just got to find a little more out about him. Tell us something, Dalton, that people don't know about you, perhaps things you like to do outside of the basketball game.
Things I like to do. I like to play video games often. When I'm just home at night, bored or something, I play video games a lot. It's not much I do outside of basketball, though.
And then a little bit about the team. If you guys are traveling, everybody's trying to get some little shut-eye on the bus, who's going to be the one guy that's going to keep everybody awake and make you guys laugh and kind of, I guess, crack everybody up?
Definitely Evan Sean. Evan Sean's always got that good humor too. He's always keeping everybody laughing.
I could have figured that. Has he offered to take you hunting with him yet?
No, but he offers a lot of people to go hunting with him. Loves hunting.
Hey, and then tell us what you like about Hazard High School in general. Just if I mention the high school in general, what's your favorite parts about it?
Oh, I love it. My favorite thing about it is like we're one big family. You know, it's a small school and everybody knows each other. It just seems like, you know, you're just one big family, and I love it over there.
Well, and man, again, we really appreciate you doing this. This is kind of new. Last week we had Austin Spurry and Evan Sean on, and this week got a couple of you guys on, and we just wanted to congratulate you on a good win last night, and we appreciate you coming on and talking to us.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me.
James, you got anything else for him, brother, before we let him go?
No, sir, man. Just congratulations on a big win last night, and for me and Jamie, we wish y'all the best of luck going forward to All-A next year. I guess it starts next week, and then rest of the season, man. We look forward to covering you, and if you need anything from our end, just give one of us a holler.
Okay, thank you.
And again, folks, that's Dalton Combs there with the Hazard Bulldogs, and we thank him for coming on here, Dalton.
Okay, thank you for having me.
And as we go to this, James Sandlin, want to remind everybody again that we got hopefully going to have the coaches from Car Creek and Hyman Elementary going to join us in the second half. Still trying to get Peyton Dixon lined up here from Letcher Central. And so we'll have a full-packed show here, James. I just left a good basketball game over in Pippa-Passes, Kentucky, where the June Buchanan Lady Crusaders got their second win of the season over Jackson City, and that's always neat.
Yeah, it looks like you got a chance to sit down with Coach Marshall and Kevin Davis over there. It's been a few times on June Buchanan's campus and Coach Jay Court. So anytime you can sit down with two legends like Coach Marshall and Kevin Davis, you sit down with some guys that's been around the 14th region basketball, and they know what it means. And they know what the campus of Alice Lloyd College and the school from June Buchanan can do for kids.
Yes, sir. And again, I think they're going to end up talking Kevin Davis, this is unofficially, into being the head coach over there. I wouldn't be surprised if that don't happen. His granddaughter's a youngster on the team, and so and that's good, man. As I said on the air, Kevin's a good guy, and when you surround yourself with good people and work hard, good things happen. So I'm tickled about that. Let's take a quick commercial break, James, and pay a few bills, and then we'll try to get a couple more people back on the line here, okay?
Sounds good to me, bro.
Did you know that one of the top rural health clinics in the state is right in your back door? Primary Care Centers of Eastern Kentucky has been given the title of the largest rural health system in Kentucky. In addition, Primary Care is the third largest rural health system in the nation and the fourth largest employer in Perry County. Call today to schedule an appointment at our Hazard, Hindman, Vico, or Hyden locations. Walk-ins are always welcome.
Nelson Frazier Funeral Home is proud to sponsor tonight's sporting event. Nelson Frazier has the highest quality American-made funeral products, cremation services, mausoleum, and memorial markers, all with a family budget in mind. With 3 chapels located in Hyman, Martin, and now in Prestonsburg, Nelson Frazier Funeral Home is local people serving local families. On streets of glory.
Take the short drive to satisfaction with the Tim Short Auto Group. Up to 5,000 vehicles to choose from. Shop online or in person.
Hey, I'm Tim Short. I'd just like to invite everybody out to one of our 27 locations, or check us out online at timshortautogroup.com.
Take the short drive to satisfaction and bring home your new vehicle.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
Addiction is a disorder. We treat and we manage addiction like any other disorder. The issue touched me when I start seeing more and more young families fighting addiction, start having babies born with an addiction issue. When we have a great outcome, when we see that person coming back on their feet, working and producing and providing for their families. That's the best outcome. It makes you feel that you're doing something right.
Did you know that one of the top rural health clinics in the state is right in your back door? Primary Care Centers of Eastern Kentucky has been given the title of the largest rural health system in Kentucky. In addition, Primary Care is the third largest rural health system in the nation and the fourth largest employer in Perry County. Call today to schedule an appointment at our Hazard, Hindman, Vico, or Hyden locations. Walk-ins are always welcome.
And again, a big thank you to our sponsors for coming on board here for us tonight. As always, Jamie Hughes courtside, or that's a habit of saying courtside. I'm here with James Sandlin. And James, you and I in a minute are going to be joined with Adam Dials and Coach Rilo down at Hyman Elementary. I think he's probably just finishing up at Betsy Lane a little bit ago and maybe in transit, as you guys like to say. But they got a big game coming up. Or to be a fun game Friday night between Carr Creek and Hyman.
The fun game. Last time when you got down there and watched that, it was a big game at Hyman. So I expect a huge crowd to be at the middle school Friday night for that one. Of course, me and you're going to try to do a prize for a half-court shot during the A-team game at halftime. Take a couple of students from each school and see if somebody can't win some money out there Friday night.
Yeah, we're going to try our best to make a bigger game even bigger as we look to do that. And I don't think we have to hype it up too much, but we just thought it'd be a chance for us to maybe give away some T-shirts and have a half-court shot from Carr Creek Indian and a Yellow Jacket fan. And so, yeah, we're going to have a fun time down there Friday night. And I know that at the end of the day, anytime those two teams meet, it's going to be a good rivalry game regardless. But from what I gather, and we'll talk to both the coaches, this game probably going to even have some indications on how the actual postseason tournament would play out, James.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what they're waiting on. The dates have got released. I think it's January the 22nd through January 28th is going to be the Knott County postseason tournament. Should be a good week. We'll cover it. And got the Perry County postseason coming up shortly, and just a lot of good basketball. We said last night on the air with WKCB, and I hope everybody had a good Christmas and a happy New Year. Say goodbye to 2023 and hello to 2024 as the basketball action is going to heat up.
It is indeed, man. Of course, we saw Carr Creek and Cordia. Not Carr Creek. I got Carr Creek on the brain. We saw Knott Central and Cordia play last night in a doubleheader, and the Patriots and the Lady Patriots both got W's there. And I think it was good to get to see some young players get some quality minutes, James.
Yeah, Gavin Mosley looked good. Connor Napier looked good. Shane Gibson, a lot of young players looked good for the Patriots. On the boys' side, but the girls' side had just as good. Jayla Monroe had a good game last night. Bella Hammonds looked good last night for the Lady Patriots, along with Aiden Conley and Frankie Reed, and a lot of good athletes coming up in the program for both the boys and the girls.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And speaking of a lot of young players coming up, I think we got both of these coaches on here. So let's just rather than make them wait, let's see if we can't get them all to join us here. And if I push this button enough times, how about that? Look at that.
Hey, let's make sure they're let's make sure they're in opposite corners right now. The bell ain't even went ding ding yet. Look there, Adam Dials is in the dark. We're going to have to get him. We're going to have to get the jail to give him a little bit of pay raise or something. He's got to turn electricity on.
What it is, man, is he has his game plans written down and he don't want Rilo to see them. Hey, fellas, thanks for joining us, guys, and we appreciate it. I know, again, we're having some fun at it, but it is a big basketball game anytime Car Creek and Hyman.
Oh, yeah, it's always a fun matchup. You know, probably one of the better atmospheres as far as crowd-wise whenever us two play each other. It'd be a packed house, and, you know, it always is. It's a fun game for everybody.
You know, we're going to try to do a little bit of fun stuff during halftime of the A-team game. We're going to try to have which we'll tell you now, we just got talking about it. I think we're going to try to give away some money. We're going to bring out some student sections from Hyman and some students from Car Creek and do a half-court shot during halftime. See if we can't let some student athletes win a little bit of money that night to come out and draw a little bit of the crowd support and a little bit of stuff in between the games.
Well, if that money's coming out of your pocket, James, saying it's going to be a big crowd.
Hey, Coach Rilo, you went to Betsy Lane tonight and played a couple games down there?
Yeah, we just got back probably about 30 minutes ago.
How'd those end up going?
We done it a little different tonight. We went over there. I guess their schedule's maxed out. They've reached their limit on their 18 games that they're allowed to play. So we couldn't play 18 games. Their schedule's full, so they asked us to bring, I guess, their version of a D team. It was a 5th grade game, a 6th grade game, and then a 7th. We wasn't able to play the 8th grade game tonight. But it was fun. We had a good time. We lost the 5th and 6th grade game. 5th grade team we just threw together. You know, we don't have a 5th grade division. It's 5th and 6th or 4th and down. We threw some kids together, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th graders, a couple of 5th, and went over and played. It's the first time those kids have played together, so I'm glad they got to do that. Then the 6th grade game was really close. They kind of pulled away at the end, and then we won the 7th grade.
Fellas, about the game Friday night, let me say, first of all, I'm so glad we got to work it to where it isn't going to be played Thursday like originally. And also going to get to be played at the old Hyman High School gym. And both of you guys kind of touch on the fact that that gym means so much to this county and what it means for your programs to get to play there.
Go ahead, Adam.
You know, there's a lot of ball games gets played in that gym, and I'm glad that, you know, Knott County allows us to keep using it. You know, if we was to host the home game, I don't think we could fit the crowd in Car Creek. So I'm glad we have a alternate gym that they allow us to use. It's a great gym. Most of my boys love playing there. You know, every time us and Hyman's played there, it's been a battle just about it. So we're looking forward to it again.
I like it because most of the kids, the 7th and 8th graders, they played in that gym since kindergarten. So, you know, it's called the Old Hyman Gym, but it's really it's a community gym. I mean, everybody's played there from all over. And even like Adam, I'm sure Adam played several games there when he was little, so it's just got to it.
Yeah.
And what I would like to do, and I've never really spoke to Adam about it, but maybe one game next year if we can, go up to the Old Country Gym, get a game in up there.
I would be all for it. I know there's some kind of hiccup with the insurance or something like that, but I would love to play multiple games up there if I could.
Guys, I'm told next year that gym will get the necessary renovations to host a high school game. And so that would mean that gym, James, they kind of let you and I in on that gym will get some renovations during the off season. And I think that can be worked out next year. And if it's even for a one-time thing, I definitely would make that happen if I were you two guys.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm all for it. Just whenever Adam gives me the word, we're in.
James,
We'd
wouldn't
be
that
all
what
for
we kind of told too, James, that maybe there might be a shot of getting to have a high school game over there?
Yeah, I think they're trying to. I think Justin Amberg is trying to work into where the. It's like they did the Hyman High School, the Glory game, where they'll introduce or induct the old Car Creek Gym into the basketball gym. I guess I call it the Hall of Fame, but it'll be one of the stops along the Glory Road of the Commonwealth of Kentucky and basketball gyms. And as well, it should be. If you talk about basketball in the mountains, you have to talk about the lore of Car Creek back in the 50s. They still refer to it as the Sweet 16 as the Creekers, and if you've never got a chance to read some of those articles about the old Car Creek teams, it's worth your time to go in there, especially if you're a sports fanatic, and read some of those articles talking about them.
Hey, fellas, tell me, and I know it's the grade school level, but it's still yet the tradition of Car Creek and Hyman. Both of those programs won state championships. You can make movies about both teams, and to get a carry on the tradition, both of you guys are in charge of that. And tell me about that and why that's important.
Go ahead, Rilo.
Well, I just think it's just carrying on the hometown traditions and the legacy, and also just getting the chance to play against your best friends. As soon as the game's over, we come home. I know my boys is on Xbox for 2 or 3 of the guys we just left the court with, and they come over and spend the night with us, spend the night with them. I've considered their coaches, Adam and Joe, and I mean they're 2 of my best friends, and that's just a good time to get together and compete.
Oh, here we go. We're already exchanging pleasantries. Jamie, this game come Friday. This game come Friday night. Throw it in the bleachers. They gonna talk all they want. Joe Dials will be in my office in the morning, and he's gonna be already giving me the game plan of how he's wanting to beat Rilo 50. Rilo's going to call me tomorrow night and tell me what he's going to do.
If Joe calls me tonight right now and says I'm in a little flat tire, I'm going to say I'm on my way, buddy. But tomorrow night now, come Friday night now, he's going to hit you right. He's going to be on his own.
I tried to build this game up really big last year. I made a hype video and made some graphics, and I'd be doggone if they didn't send me a picture of each other eating lunch together right before the game. And so you never know about these fellas.
Yeah, I watched them in the preseason for the championship game, and before the game even started, these two was already sweating on the sidelines, telling their players what to do. So I'm looking forward to Friday night.
Boys, it's been a fun season. For people that have been under a rock and haven't watched you because it was their fault, we've had you on here about 4 or 5 times each. Tell everybody, Adam, we'll start with you, about your team, to the person that hasn't seen your team play.
If you haven't seen them, my boys play hard. Some of them can't really score a lot, or they try, but they just can't make it. But now it's not all about points. I've got a lot of boys that will give everything they have on the defensive end, ball handling, whatever the team needs. But now we'll play hard, try to make it hard for you to score. Of course, it ain't no secret. We like to press. We'll get up and down with you. My boys has learned a lot this year, and a lot of them's grown up in a short few months, and they're finding ways to score. But now, if you've never watched us, my boys play really extremely hard for me.
I agree with that totally. And Coach Rilo?
Yeah, I agree with Adam. Now, Adam's got one of the hardest working teams I've seen. Not just this year; it's every year he coaches. These boys play hard for him. But my team. It seems like we're a little undersized, but we're fast. We try to get up and down the court, speed the other teams up, especially if they're bigger than us. Take advantage of that and not let bigger teams slow the game down and just abuse us inside. We try to get up and down the court. We're a little young, but we got tons of experience, so that's not really a factor right now at this point in the season. We're starting to gel a little bit. I think this is maybe like 7th game together, maybe with everybody, something like. Anyway, but yeah, we're gelling pretty good right now, and I have a very unselfish team. I got a couple kids. They could play selfish and shoot their arm off, but they don't. They play the right way. They play hard and like to get up and down the court.
James, back to those.
Matt.
They're putting on the front for us now. James, you got to help me tear down all this here.
Oh, I done told you. Come Friday night, they won't even talk to each other. They can see all the pleasantries they want right now. Come Friday at about 6 o'clock, they won't even look across half court line at each other. But I'm going to put both of them on the spot right here, right now, and I'm going to ask for one thing, and I'll start with Adam. Tell me one thing that you got to do against Hyman to win Friday night.
Main thing is to get stops on the defensive end. If we can limit the number of shots they get, just stop whenever they try to penetrate and get in the lane, shoot a layup. If we can control that, control the rebounds, I think we'll be fine.
Rallo, what's one thing you got to do with your team to stop Clark Creek Friday?
I don't know if there's just one thing. We're going to have to do more than one thing, but I think rebound. Rebound is the key. We can't let them sit there and shoot 50 shots till they make it. Rebounding, 50-50 balls, loose balls, we got to have them. Just, I guess, like I tell my kids, control the controllables. Control what we can control. No goofy turnovers. Protect the ball. Make the easy play. Rebound. I think we'll be in.
Guys, everybody healthy tomorrow night or Friday night?
I've got everybody back except one 6th grader. Mikey Combs will come back from his broken arm Friday.
There it is. There's the secret. You got it out of him, Jamie.
I'm glad to hear that, though. That's good news. That's good news. Everybody happy to see and hear that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he actually got released today. Today was his first day, so I'm not going to throw him out there. I'm going to play him here and there, bits and pieces, until he can get back in shape and get used to dribbling the basketball and stuff. But he is back.
And I couldn't hear the question. Could you repeat it?
Yes, sir, brother. Everybody healthy for you? Seemed like that's been. If I'd asked you that 10 times this year, you'd said no 10 times. You got everybody pretty close to being healthy, though, Coach.
Well, we had everybody tonight when we went to Betsy Lane, but Colton went down with Colton hurt his ankle tonight. He shot a 3 in the corner and got fouled on it and rolled his ankle. So I think he'll be all right, but as of right now, we're going to take him in the morning game. He didn't go back in the game. We have to take him tomorrow, get him checked out. But other than that, we should be we should have. I think everybody's back now.
Well, and again, we pray and hope. I want you guys to be 100% when you play each other, and I love this for the kids, James, more than anything. It's I think the more times kids get to be under the bright lights, the better they perform, and the more it prepares them for the bigger shows to come.
And no, I agree with you. And, I'm not going to tell Rilo and Adam the side bet that me and you've got over which assistant coach stands up the most during the 18 game. If it's James Grigsby or Joe Dials. But there is, just to let you all know, there's a side bet over which coach stands up the most. And we'll let you know that one after the game's over.
Yeah. If Payson messes up a lot, I'm going with Joe.
That's another good thing that both of you got. Both of you's got good assistant coaches that go along with you and help you out. And I know that means a lot, but hats off. It takes more than you two to run a program, and hats off to your assistant coaches and the administration at Hyman Clark Creek for allowing y'all to do what you do and give you the help that you got.
Oh yeah, and it does. I couldn't do it without Joe. And, Kevin Huff come over this year. And, Mr. Creech is one of the best. Anything I need and whatever, he's there for us.
Yeah, same thing with me. There's no way I could do what we do by myself. Everybody that helps me, everybody has their role. They know their role. They do a great job at their role, what they need to do. A lot of times if I'm running late for practice, I got held up at work. If I show up 5-10 minutes late, kids are already stretched. They're out there. They don't miss a beat. So, yeah, it's good to have good help. And Miss Sim, she's been a blessing since she's come in. She's had her back of her hand. You know, anything we need to do, stuff we can't do. She's I can't brag on her enough.
Well, fellas, again, we won't keep you all night, but now I do want to remind both of you that I need a big T-shirt. So Hyman and Clark Creek, I'll take one of both, and you just bring those up. And I wish both of you the best of luck, brothers.
Well, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Jamie. Appreciate y'all, James.
Yeah, man, fellas. Good luck Friday night. We'll be there to put it on the air, and if I ain't mistaken, Friday night it'll be on TV 25 on cable, and then of course Hometown Sports Corner on Facebook. So if you can't make it there in person, you can sit at your home and watch it on the couch, or you can sit and watch it on your phone or iPad or however. We're going to try to put you young men out there in a positive light Friday night.
Yeah, James, and again, we have, with the help of Todd Meadows, who had the games tonight, we continue to blow those grade school games out of the water. Something like 130 games since we partnered up with him. And the guys that, of course, Hunter Combs and Living Good. And as I start mentioning the names, Chris and all of them, Matt Witt went and helped me tonight. Wyatt Bailey, just can't thank all those guys enough for the hard work they put into the grade school season for us. But believe it or not, it's about ready to come to an end, brother.
Well, the grade school part is.
Right.
But in 6 weeks, baseball and softball kicks off. So just because one season ends, we're getting ready to kick off another one. So one season will lead into it. Of course, one of my favorite seasons coming up, baseball and softball. So the sports just keeps going on.
Yes, they do, man. And I'll get you to stay on here just a few more moments with me. But as we look forward to the All-A, and then the district plays will be here before we know it, James, I feel even more so that we might have had a better job picking the top 10 than what people was giving us credit for. Hazard winning over Prairie Central kind of solidifies their spot there at the number one. And then Knott County and Letcher, we've had them in the top 10. They'll play each other. And I feel good about where things are right now in the 14th region for us, and even over in that 15th for that matter.
Yeah, I still think there's some sleepers out there. You know, you've got Wolf County that I think they've been hit and miss all season, but they're still a very dangerous ball club with Creech and Flincham. And then Powell County, you know, Brandenburg just got his 1,000th point. Estill, people from Estill County let me, you know, that they're playing some really good ball up there right now. So, you know, I think the 14th region's got a lot of potential matchups that could come out, and a lot of people wasn't expecting it. I mean, you was talking about early on that some people told us we was crazy. Now all of a sudden we don't look so crazy.
No, sir. And again, I think when Wolf plays Breathitt for the All-A in the first round or second round there, that Wolf's going to prove to everybody. You know, they went to Breathitt and played them down the stretch, and I know the guys in Jackson, Kentucky are biting at the bit to get a chance to move on in that All-A, but they got to beat Wolf County early in that All-A 14th regional tournament.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be a good tale where some teams starting to line up, you know, but Hazard looked good last night. I think, you know, I'll never bet against Coach Honeycutt. He's hung a lot of banners in Knott County, so that man knows how to coach a tournament, and he's won some All-A's. Of course, Bull Creek, he coaches as hard as anybody down there in Wolf County. So it's a lot of good coaches and good teams. It's going to be interesting to see some of those potential matchups that very well in another month we could see again.
I agree with that 1,000%, man. And got a lot of people tuning in tonight, and we do want to say thank you to all of them that are doing that, James, whether they're watching us on YouTube or the different Facebook pages that we've got there and so forth. James Cowan says he loves the show. Big Vance Hurley says if Colton is as tough as his old cousin Buddy Watts, then he'll be dropping some bombs Friday night. Josh Boyd says the show keeps getting better and better. You know, I kind of am hesitant about telling everybody what Vance types. You got to read it and then read it a second time sometimes on here, brother. Our Sanders Turner says he's watching, and we appreciate them. I know they're excited about the games down there. And Vicky and Donnie Combs are tuning in. Chris Sloan says he's digging the Jordan poster behind Dalton earlier there. And we did, for those of you tuning in, just a little bit ago, we had Dalton Combs on here, and trying still yet to get Peyton Dixon on here. And I've got Chris Fitch coming up in a little bit, James. But before I let you get off here, man, tell me what's your predictions Thursday and Friday night. We don't have to necessarily go with who you think is going to win, but just how big both of those nights are.
Well, we'll start with the girls' side of it. You know, they're going to start up at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. I expect, you know, Knott Central has to have a big night from Kylie Gayhart and Faith Pollard, of course. Kaylee Gibson, Menus talked about her. She may be playing as good as ball as anybody in the 14th region right now for the Lady Patriots. And so, you know, Drew Reed's going to have to latch down and see if they can't stop Couch or Whit. When they went to Letcher County, it was the Couch and Whit show. And then Dameron and Holcomb hit some big shots when they needed to. But Couch up there, I think Kara Couch had like 24 points. She developed a spin move that's just as good as anybody in the regions for Letcher. Coach Baker's no stranger to this matchup. And, you know, at the end of the day, it's a forget the number one seed. It's a must win for the Patriots. But other than just for the number one seed, I can't see it really having much implications over who plays in the championship of the 53rd. I think Letcher, though, is going to have a big night from Whit and Couch. I think that Holcomb, her shot was off a little bit. I think she may come into Morton Holmes tomorrow night and be red hot. She may hit 2 or 3 threes right out of the gate. So looking forward to those matchups tomorrow night. Looking forward to the Whit-Pollard matchup. Pollard got in a little bit of foul trouble last time. Looking forward to that matchup. The Patriots are going to have to win the battle of the boards to win tomorrow night, the girls. Now let's flip it over to the boys. You know, Coach Casey Huff, they played some really good ball over the Christmas break. Coach Taylor's played some good ball over Christmas break. And so it's going to be interesting to see those matchups. You know, I was really interested in the first matchup with Letcher losing Nigel Nichols last year, you know, at the point. And the point guard at Letcher really shot me as good as he could handle the ball. And he took over. And, of course, you know, anytime you've got the number one rebounder in the state with Peyton Dixon, you've got to block him out. And he's just an animal inside. So I expect Peyton Dixon to have a big night. The one thing Letcher can't do is get in foul trouble. I think Knott's bench is a little bit deeper than Letcher's. So I just look forward to those. I look forward to watching Drake Sloan. Drake's games keeps getting better and better as the seasons went on. He does the little things that make sure the Patriots successful. Hunter Haddix, you know, we watched him in the third quarter up there. I think he hit 4 threes in a row at Letcher to get those boys back in the ball game. So interesting to see how Hunter Haddix does and some of those matchups in that boys game. But make no mistake about it, it'll be an absolute war from the time that whistle and the ball goes up in the air tomorrow night, boys and girls.
I agree totally with that, man. And again, get there early, folks. Don't think you're going to slide in there at 10 minutes to 6 and get your typical seats. If you want to be there for your special spot, you want to get there early. Hey, James, I know I promised we'd let you run after this, but let's real quickly go down our hometown sports corner top 10 there. Again, we have Hazard in at number 1, Knott County at 2, Breathitt up to 3, Floyd Central up to 4, Letcher in at 5, Pikeville at 6, Johnson Central back into the top 10 after they wasn't rated. Red hot right now are the Golden Eagles. Prairie Central fell down to the 8th spot after they had the tough time down in Tennessee. Leslie County moves up a spot and then into the top 10. How about the Jenkins Cavaliers? They've won, I think, 6 out of the last 7 and taking care of business over there. But anything stand out there for you, brother?
No, we talked about it last week on the show. I don't put a lot of weight in the Christmas tournaments to go off. So really, the top 10, I think, is pretty accurate for where they ought to be. The only thing I'm interested in is starting this week for about the next 3 weeks. Who starts turning their season around and who starts playing some really good basketball? Because after about 3 weeks, we're going to start talking about district matchups.
Yeah, and I think now the games become more important, and we start to see the cream rise to the top, and wouldn't be a bit surprised if we don't see some players have their best games from this point going forward.
Well, you start seeing those top 10 matchups. You got Knott and Letcher tomorrow night. You had Hazard and Perry last night. Wolf and Breathitt coming up. So you start seeing a lot of those 14th and 15th region matchups that you want to see. You're going to start seeing them here in the next couple of weeks, and it's really going to start figuring out who and places where in that top 10.
I agree 100% with that, man. And let me see if I can't real quickly before I let you go pull up that girls' top 10 too. And James, we know, of course, the number one team in the girls, our top 10 is Johnson Central. They're the only team. Did you think we would? I kind of thought we might have a couple more, but they're the last team in our coverage area that has not been beaten.
Yeah, it's they're having a pretty good season. We talked about it like last year with Lawrence County's football. We knew that there would be a team that would surprise us, and it's not really a surprise, but it is surprising that they're still undefeated.
And Johnson Central holds to the number 1 spot. Pikeville's in at number 2. Leslie at 3. Letcher at 4. Perry Central at 5. Breathitt at 6. Breathitt, I think, is the team that nobody's talked about, still ain't talking about, but yet if you look at their resume, man, they've having themselves a good season. They're in at 6. Martin County took a couple tough losses that dropped them down to 7. Shelby Valley's up to number 8. Knott County Central, they've won 3 of their last 4. I felt like that Paintsville win was really, really good for them as they finished that win, and that put Knott Central into the 9 spot and Phelps into the number 10.
Yeah, I mean, all those matchups I think is right. I think right now that Johnson Central and Pikeville's probably leading the pack in the 14th and 15th region. I still think that the 14th probably is a 4-way run between Knott and Letcher, Perry, and Owsley County, and then I think Hazard's right behind them as the number 5. It's that 14th region's going to be like the boys for the first time. I fully think that there's about 5 teams you can flip a quarter and win the region, boys and girls. But I do want to say this before you let me go, Jamie, about tomorrow night's ball game. I think the big matchup's going to be Peyton Dixon and Jaden Huff. But the biggest thing I'm looking forward to, who wins that ball game tomorrow night, is who shoots free throws the best.
I agree with that, man, and we've touched on that. I think the rebounding, then you can't turn the ball over a lot if you're either team, and I will definitely go with you on the free throws too. I think you got to make sure, even though you want it to be fun, you want to make sure too that it's not over emotional. You know what I mean? You kind of keep things in check enough that you can come up with a big W there.
No, you're right, but that place will be emotional tomorrow night. I mean, it'll be. There's no love lost between Letcher and Knott, boys and girls. That's a big rivalry game, and it's a game that a lot of people throughout the 14th region is going to pay attention to.
Oh, I agree 100% with that, man. And James, we got Chris Fitch coming up here in a few minutes. He and I are going to draw. I think he's got it fixed where we can draw we're going to have a 3rd and 4th grade tournament down in Hyman this weekend to help raise money for the cheerleaders that made it to the Nationals. And they asked, would you and I help with that? And, of course, we're always on board to help any way we can. And so that, again, kudos to Car Creek, to the ladies in Hazard and the ladies in Breathitt County that have done such a good job earning their spots in the Nationals. But once you've earned your spot, then, James, it's crazy how many thousands of dollars they have to raise just to get to play or go down there and cheer in those competitions.
Yeah, it's a crazy amount, So those young ladies deserve the opportunity to go, and if it takes a little bit of mine and your time and help to get them there, then we'll lose a little bit of sleep to help those young ladies get to Florida.
Yes, sir, man. And again, you and I guess I can let the cat out of the bag. Rilo's going to help you broadcast the ball games Thursday night.
Yeah, tomorrow night you're going to be with TVS Skate. So Coach Rilo's going to join me on the broadcasting booth. He helped me a few games last year, did really good. And, he's volunteered to help me tomorrow night.
Well, you just saved me a seat. I'll be back with you next week, and which, of course, we'll be down there Friday night, Car Creek and Hyman. And I thank you for jumping on here with me, though, brother. And we'll take a commercial break here, and I'll try to see if I can't get Chris Fitch on here to help us with the last segment of the show. But let's have a good one tomorrow night and Friday night. All right, partner?
Yes, sir. You be careful going to work tomorrow, Jamie.
Take the short drive to satisfaction with the Tim Short Auto Group. Up to 5,000 vehicles to choose from. Shop online or in person.
Hey, I'm Tim Short. I'd just like to invite everybody out to one of our 27 locations, or check us out online at timshortautogroup.com.
Take the short drive to satisfaction and bring home your new vehicle.
Hey you, it's me, Marcello. Are you looking for a great place to eat lunch or a dinner? Then go right now to Hot Rods. They have delicious pizza, cheese sticks, spaghetti, wings, a salad bar, and more. You can eat in, carry out, or get a delivery from 4 great locations: Heinemann, Hazard, Allen, and Betsy Lane. That's a Hot Rods. It's the best place this side of Italy. Mwah!
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
And again, guys, welcome back to Hometown Sports Corner Sports Talk here. And guys, we've had a little trouble getting a couple of them, see if we could get them on here or not. It has a little, I think, something to do with the cell phone carriers that you have. But we've still, nevertheless, had a fun show. I see Jesse Miller says Perry and Breathitt boys play Friday night. That should be a good one, Jesse. I can't get over how many big games this year are being played on the same night. And again, so we just keep seeing that happen. And I believe I've got him in here. One of the gentlemen I was waiting on, there's Peyton Dixon. And so what time I've got PD in here, brother? Thanks for joining me here tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we certainly appreciate it, man, and a little bit late to invite you guys on here, but I'm still glad that you're here, and I won't keep you too long, but tell me a little bit about what's going through your mind as you get ready for the Knott Central matchup tomorrow night.
Oh, well, all of us, we're super excited to play. Them being our district rival and everything, it's a really good opportunity.
And of course, man, you guys have had yourself a good season. Got a big win over that Ridgeview team out of Virginia. Then a couple nice wins to finish up the month of December. But the bulk of your schedule, as far as the games that you've got circled, I think are going to be in the month of January. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Talk to me, for those that haven't had a chance to see you guys play, about your team. Tell everybody about the Letcher Central Cougars.
Well, we try to pride ourselves on being the hardest playing team, always, no matter where we go. If anything, we want whoever's watching us to say that they're the hardest team, that we're the hardest team they've ever seen play.
Well, and I've always said, brother, that teams kind of take on the image of their coach. And I've known your coach a long time before you did. He gets into it. You don't have to hype him up. He comes into it charged up and excited, and I know that kind of carries over for you guys.
Yes, sir. We love Coach Taylor. He does everything he can for us, so the least we can do is try to go win some ball games for him.
And again, on a personal note, I know he won't brag on himself, but folks, let me brag on him. This young man was one of the top rebounders in the state last year, and he's picked up right where he left off. He's averaging 21.4 points a ball game, doing an excellent job scoring for his team, and then rebounding 15 rebound a game. Tell me about that part, brother. How do you it's like you have a knack to find the ball when it comes off that rim.
Some of it's getting lucky, but most of it is I just love rebounding. I always have.
And as you finish up at Letcher Central, you begin to think ahead, or have you started thinking ahead about what you might do life after Letcher Central?
I hope, I really want to go play college ball somewhere, but right now I'm just focused on trying to win a regional championship at Letcher Central mostly.
Well, now the getting to play won't be a problem. It's just where you play. And I need you to make me a promise, though. When you decide where you're going to go, you'll let me know first, or one of the first. That way we can be there for your signing. Okay, brother?
Yes, sir.
Hey, and also before, and again, I apologize that we were kind of late getting to get you on the air here, but tell us a little bit, same question I asked Dalton Combs earlier from Hazard. Tell us a little bit about yourself outside of the game. What do you like to do for, as far as away from basketball, for fun and so forth?
Me and my family love to fish a lot, and ride four-wheelers and stuff like that. We got all kinds of places on this end of the county that do stuff like that. So.
And then also a favorite player in the NBA or at UK or something that you've kind of grown up watching that you liked in the back of your mind?
Julius Randle, probably.
Oh, man, that's a good pick there. And then I asked Dalton, and I'll ask you, if you guys are bringing the team back on a road game and everybody's trying to get some sleep, who's going to be the one person to keep everybody awake and always the one that's trying to make you guys smile even when Coach Taylor's not smiling?
Probably Jason Poole.
Okay, that's cool info, man. And then last question I asked Dalton, I'll ask you, brother. What do you like about Letcher outside of basketball? How would you describe life at Letcher Central?
Well, it's a pretty close-knit community. Everybody knows everybody. And, if you ever get in trouble, pretty much anybody will help you out as long as you just ask. That's what I like about Letcher.
All right, man. Listen, I want to do another interview with you before long and get you to give me some pointers on how to rebound, okay? Because it ain't luck. You work hard. You're one of the best to ever do it, and I just congratulate you on a good season, brother.
Thank you.
And again, we'll let you get back, and thanks for talking to us, okay, man?
Thank y'all for having me. God bless you all.
God bless you, brother. And again, that's Peyton Dixon, folks. And if you have not watched Peyton play, you'll get an opportunity to, as he and the Knott County Central Patriots and the Letcher Central Cougars will play each other. As James Sandlin said, tomorrow night, the girls play at 6. The boys will play right after that. And you want to get out to the Morton Combs Athletic Complex and watch that one. But again, Dixon came over and worked out with us in our hometown Sports Corner All-Star game. And when those kids do that, I can't help it. It just makes me a little more loyal to them. And I think it just you have to follow their paths a little bit more. And but I think I got Chris Fitch on the horn here. Chris, are you still there with me, brother?
Yeah, I'm here.
All righty, Chris. And again, man, you guys are getting geared up and ready for that big basketball weekend coming up for you here.
Yeah, we're doing something for the 3rd and 4th, 5th and 6th to try to get together to have a tournament and different teams from different counties and stuff to let them match up and see how they do.
And of course, that's going to be held down at Hyman Elementary this weekend. Tell everybody about the times and so forth, bub.
Yeah, we're going to start. We're going to do 3rd and 4th in one day and do 5th and 6th on Sunday. 5th and 6th have games on Saturday, so we're going to have them each 5th and 6th on Sunday, 3rd and 4th on Saturday. 3rd and 4th, we're going to start out at 10. It's going to be Panthers versus Campground. At 1 p.m., Hyman versus Jones Fork. Let's see now. At 10 a.m., Panthers versus Campground. 11 a.m., Hyman versus Jones Fork. 12 p.m., East Prairie versus Emelina. And then 1 p.m., Sebastian versus West Prairie.
So in that 3rd and 4th grade, if I'm looking at it right, you've got 9 teams playing in it, Chris?
Let's see. Yeah. We got Pikeville. They're playing one of the winners. I'm going to have to schedule them for later. They can't make it until a little bit later. They got a game. It's hard to work with all these teams and their games.
Hey, man, I told you that would be one of the headaches of it, but yet it's a good problem as you try to work with them and so forth. But the biggest thing is you and I just trying to help our cousin Chas out there with the cheerleaders, trying to raise a little money this weekend. But like you said, they'll raise some money, and then the teams that you coach and other teams that you coach against to get us some extra games down there at Hyman Elementary.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't mind to do it again if you would be interested in doing it too.
It's a done deal, man. Next year I'll be on board to help you guys more. This year it kind of happened quickly, but yeah. I'm still glad it did. And then, Chris, you've got some 5th and 6th grade games too, right, brother?
Yeah, we're going to start at around. We're going to start at 12 for 5th and 6th. We're going to do West Prairie versus Emelina, 1 Magoffin versus Sebastian, 2 East Prairie versus Pikeville, and then at 3 we're going to have Hyman playing the winner of the East Prairie versus Emelina game.
So that'll put Hyman in a Final Four. They would play East Prairie or Pikeville, and guys, that'll be a good game there. And then in the bottom of the bracket would be West Prairie and Emelina, and Magoffin and Sebastian. So you got 7 good teams in that one too.
Yeah, like I said, it was something threw together pretty quick, and hopefully next year we can, do something bigger, whatever, for anybody that be interested in it.
Well, you got to start somewhere, and to get this many teams involved in just a couple of weeks' time, I'm tickled for you. Going to give away some trophies and some things like that too, Chris. Make it a bigger deal than it's not just coming down there for competition.
And then we're going to do individual trophies. And there's going to be an MVP. And then we're going to try to do an all-tournament team for each division too.
And we're going to do our very best to broadcast some of those games right here on Hometown Sports. But I'm proud of you for coaching the little kids. It's a lot of fun, ain't it, man, to get a coach that level?
Yeah, it is. It's fun. I like to help out, and I think it's good for them, and it teaches them some character.
Well, you can remember too back when you played at that level, you and Wes and the guys with the Heat, if I remember correctly, and so
yeah,
good times still yet looking back upon it, right, brother?
Oh, very good times. There's a lot more Warriors things this day and time, though.
Everybody wants to be Steph Curry, right, brother?
Yeah.
Hey, and Chris, tell me finally, man, again, what time, one more time, what time it starts, and I guess the admission prices and so forth, it'll be at Hyman Elementary. And the cool thing about Hyman, you got 2 courts down there. Are you going to try to run both at once or just 1 court?
We was going to try to do both of them at once, but that we're just going to be able to run in the new one, so the other one won't be available. But We're going to be in the new one. It's going to
Brand
be
new
5.
floor, though. That's neat, man. Still yet to get to play on a the newest court in Eastern Kentucky.
Oh yeah, probably it's the nicest gym in Knott County for sure.
On the grade school ranks for sure, yeah.
It's really nice.
And how much was that admission again? I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry, brother.
$5, 5 per person. They're also going to do on the concessions. They're going to do a breakfast, and then they're going to do a dinner too. So I think they're going to have a soup bean dinner on one of those days. I'm not for sure, but we're going to do actually dinners. So, and then have a breakfast too. So everybody come hungry.
And again, that's this Saturday and Sunday, right?
Right. 3rd and 4th Saturday, and then 5th and 6th Sunday.
100% of the proceeds go to the Hyman cheerleaders. We're helping them raise some money for their trip to Florida as they made it to the Nationals. And Chris and I have already said next year we'll try to do this same thing, but use the proceeds for another school. Kind of spread the wealth around as we just trying to look for ways to give back. Right, brother?
That's right. Oh, yeah. Even out of county, you know, I mean, just any school, it don't matter.
Yeah, we
Most
just want
state, you know, whatever. In Eastern Kentucky, pretty well.
And again, man, I know it's late, but you had practice and I had a ball game, and we still yet wanted to get on here though and talk a little bit about it. And I appreciate what you've done. And before we ever play the first game, man, it's going to be a success. And I'm thankful for what you've done to help the girls, man.
Hey, anytime. Thank you. God bless everybody.
All righty, brother. And there's I guess I could say my younger cousin. He won't mind claiming me. Chris Fitch helping us. Again, guys, I constantly get people bragging on what we do here at Hometown Sports Corner. But, guys, there's no way that we could do what we do without a lot of help. And this is just another proof of it. James and I, a lot of times we get the pat on the backs, but a lot of other people work super, super hard to make it happen. And like I said earlier, the grade school games that we've been able to bring this year, they couldn't have done it without all the guys helping us. And then this will be something new that we're just doing here. Now, this is not our All-Stars, okay? Let's keep that in mind. The All-Star games come around usually late February. We have those over at Alice Lloyd College. This is some Little League games that we're helping put together to raise some money, once again, for the Hyman cheerleaders. Now, if you don't have time to watch the basketball games, you can still come down to Hyman Grade School, give them a donation, swing by and have breakfast or lunch with them. And again, we're looking forward to that. We want you all to swing by and say hello to everybody down there. I got to babysit this weekend. And so my wife has to work, but me and the girls are going to come down and work a little while and help any way that we can. And then I'll try to be down after church Sunday for a little bit as well. But, guys, it's been a fun show. If you're just tuning in, we had Colton Combs from Hazard High School, fresh off that big Bulldog win. He was one of our 2 high school student athletes. And Peyton Dixon, I hate it that Dixon didn't get to be on sooner. I felt like I cut his interview a little short, but I didn't want him to have to hang on as long as he did, let alone this late. But he was still very cool to have on, and wish his team the best of luck as well. And then we had James and I were joined with Coach Rilo and Coach Adam Downs for a little while, talking about that big game Friday night between Hyman and Carr Creek. As James said, Hometown Sports going to be there to cover the game, and we also are going to give away some shirts, and we're going to have a couple of shots from half court from the pep section. Let me say this. If you come with signs, the signs that says Hometown Sports Corner, James and Jamie, Sports Talk, I just got to tell you, odds are better that you're going to make it onto our screen and maybe being drawn or selected to shoot that half-court shot for $50, $100. I don't know what James is giving away. It's another fine mess he's got me into, but we'll have fun being there together. But, guys, again, thank you to all of you that tune in. If you haven't done so, hit that like and share button. And let's head off into the sunset like we always do and say, you guys be good sports fans. We'll see you around the corner on the Hometown Sports Corner. Good night. God bless you, everyone.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Are you getting ready to go to Tim Short Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Hazard and buy a new vehicle? Say hello to our friend Brian Gibson. Brian's a family guy who is proud to sponsor tonight's sporting event. Call him at 606-438-0554. He and his family want to wish you a Merry Christmas. He also wants to say thanks to all of his customers that have recently bought vehicles. Once again, that's Brian Gibson at Tim Short Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep. Turning 65 does not have to be as confusing or scary as it sounds. Call our friend Chad Robinson at 606-438-1380. Call Chad for all of your insurance needs.
Addiction is a disorder. We treat and we manage addiction like any other disorder. The issue touched me when I start seeing more and more young families fighting addiction, start having babies born with an addiction issue. When we have a great outcome, when we see that person coming back on their feet, working and producing and providing for their families. That's the best outcome. It makes you feel that you're doing something right.
Nestled in the mountains of Appalachia, along the Purpose Road, is a hidden gem, Alice Lloyd College. For 100 years, ALC has been providing opportunities.
Opportunity to learn from the best.
Opportunity to work for my education.
Opportunity to serve my community.
Opportunity to become a leader.
Opportunity to find my life's purpose.
Apply now to find your purpose at Alice Lloyd College.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
Did you know that one of the top rural health clinics in the state is right in your back door? Primary Care Centers of Eastern Kentucky has been given the title of the largest rural health system in Kentucky. In addition, Primary Care is the third largest rural health system in the nation and the fourth largest employer in Perry County. Call today to schedule an appointment at our Hazard, Hindman, Vico, or Hyden locations. Walk-ins are always welcome.
The Hindman ProMart Home Center has everything you need to winterize your home to save on those power bills when that cold winter weather arrives. When you walk through the doors at the Hindman ProMart, you're greeted by an experienced, knowledgeable staff who knows you, knows what you need, and know where it's located in their store. You don't need your GPS to find your way around the Hindman ProMart. They're large enough to have what you need, but not so big that they can't offer the service you expect. And Hindman ProMart is your headquarters for those energy-efficient, world-famous Anderson windows. The Hindman ProMart Home Center, Highway 160 Hindman. Call 606-785-3151.
Feud Country Leather, 606-631-8504. Feud Country Leather is homemade right here in Eastern Kentucky with the finest quality leather products for you and yours. If you're looking for a birthday gift, or maybe just some way of showing that special someone how much they mean to you, I recommend you call my buddy Steve at Feud Country Leathers. Check him out on Facebook for more. That's Feud Country Leather.
Hey you, it's me, Marcello. Are you looking for a great place to eat lunch or a dinner? Now go right now to Hot Rods. They have delicious pizza, cheese sticks, spaghetti, wings, a salad bar, and more. You can eat in, carry out, or get a delivery from 4 great locations. Heinemann, Hazard, Allen, and a Betsy Lane. That's a Hot Rods.